After a prolonged period of silence from Ubisoft concerning upcoming game releases, they broke the silence by releasing a detailed game overview trailer for the upcoming Avatar game, Frontiers of Pandora. Now Ubisoft clearly had or still has a challenging time with financial troubles and unfortunate business decisions, so this game is most likely one of Ubisoft's most important releases. That's why today we're taking a detailed and also skeptical look at the mystical world of this new Avatar game, so you have a general idea what you can expect and whether you should be excited or not. Let's not waste more time and jump right in. Developed by Massive Entertainment and published by Ubisoft, this first-person action-adventure game is set to be released on December 7, 2023. In this game, you take on the role of a Na'vi who has been captured by the RDA and brought up in human traditions. Initially, you're trained to battle using human technology, like guns. However, things take an unexpected turn when antagonist John Mercer's plot to turn you against your fellow Na'vi gets disrupted by the Battle of the Hallelujah Mountains. With his plan failed, you are put into emergency cryosleep. Fast forward to 15 years after the events of the first movie, your Na'vi character awakens from his deep slumber and understandably needs to get his bearings. It's worth mentioning that you'll have the chance to create your own Na'vi character and tailor its appearance to your liking. Before we take a closer look at the game's story and gameplay elements, let's take a quick look at the graphics, because there's something worth mentioning here, which is that the game's graphics have undergone a slight but still noticeable graphics downgrade. Now this was to be expected and is not necessarily a bad thing, as some decisions could be in favor of the gameplay. It all looks a bit brighter and more saturated, which could make it easier to navigate. But even with the slight graphical downgrade, the graphics definitely fit into the next-gen category and successfully create a quite stunning open world. At this point, it seems likely that the game will stay true to what we have seen in the latest trailer. Pandora's open world promises diverse biomes with biological variety and a lot of verticality. And I have to say, even though by now we are pretty much used to graphically appealing games, the open world in this one does look extremely beautiful and handcrafted. As you explore the open world, you'll also interact with different clans like the Aranahe, who are peaceful weavers that reside in the Kinglaw Forest. Then in the upper plains in the north is the nomadic Seswa clan, who after you gain their trust, will teach you to ride dire horses. And even further west in the mysterious clouded forest is the Kamatire clan, which is a healer clan who, according to the game trailer, has their own dark reasons to stay hidden. Taking a look at the gameplay mechanics, Avatar mostly employs a first-person view, with a shift to third person when you fly or ride a mount. The general gameplay design in Avatar seems to be similar to what we've seen in Far Cry, featuring outposts and RDA facilities to liberate. As you liberate these outposts and facilities, you will experience a visual change in a previously machinery-infested location. This is also what I like. In this game, the implementation of the outpost liberation system really fits the overall game and story setting and actually makes sense. So if implemented right, it could feel less like a chore. Since the game integrates an eco-conscious approach, it's encouraging players to harvest and kill only what is necessary in defense to Pandora's rich nature. Traversing through Pandora is an adventure in itself, and with the game's vertical landscapes, innovative mechanics like these flowers that catapult you into the air are welcome. Multiple customizable mounts like your very own Ikran or dire horse will also add layers to the exploration of the world. Taking a little closer look at the weapon wheel, it looks like we'll have the ability to carry 6 different weapons, along with various arrow types. There's also a dedicated section for food, indicating that crafting and resource gathering will play a significant role in the game. Now, combat, in my opinion, at least from what we've seen so far, doesn't look as breathtaking as the open world. Gunplay looks rather unresponsive with bullet-spongy enemies and unimpressive feedback. The fights we've seen against machines also didn't blow me away, and looks like it could get repetitive and boring rather quickly. Combat in general definitely doesn't look revolutionary. But then again, we haven't seen a whole lot of it so far, and we don't know yet how important gunplay and even combat in general is for the overall gameplay experience. By the looks of it, and like we're used to in Ubisoft games, a plethora of side quests also awaits players. The million-dollar question is whether these quests will provide a substantive and rewarding experience, or merely serve as a filler to artificially extend gameplay time. Though designed as a single-player experience, the game will feature 2-player online co-op, so you can join forces with a friend to explore Pandora together. Cross-platform multiplayer support remains unconfirmed by Ubisoft for the time being. In conclusion, Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora does hold immense promise despite Ubisoft's recent financial woes, business hurdles and disappointing game releases. It's a potential turning point for Ubisoft and a game that we should definitely keep an eye on. With that said, if you found this video helpful, consider subscribing, as I'm trying to reach 1000 subscribers by the end of the year. I'll see you next time in my next video.